Now I'm going to go ahead and hit share screen, which is going to be my taupe light, which is my microscope camera. And I super duper hope this works. True, yes, indeed it has. Now I'm going to go ahead and just, it says that you are sharing the screen. So I believe you all can see. I'm going to focus it a little bit. This is zoomed out. This is a 40 total magnification. You can kind of catch that movement up here. This is our nematode. Let me get my annotations on, if I can. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and zoom in, or the problem here is there's a delay from my computer to your screen, so you're not going to see a smooth movement with these microbes moving around. I'm going to just zoom around the slide a little bit until I can find something that kind of stands out. There should be some nematodes that are going to catch our eye. Okay, can you see that one here? I'm going to try to turn our, okay, there's a couple of them in this screen, waiting to see if my annotations, there they are. Okay. Okay, so you can see right here, this is a nematode. Here's another nematode. This little guy traveling here is looking like a ciliate the way he's moving, but he's also bumbling somewhat. So he could be flagellate. Either way, he's protozoan. So yeah, nematode moved. I will zoom in somewhere here. I just want you to kind of see kind of at 40x right here in this circle. Another nematode. The nematode up top there was starting to come down here. Okay. So you're getting about fed up with zipping around here. So I'm going to go ahead and remove these circles. And we'll go ahead and we will zoom in. We'll use the 100 total magnification. And I will focus up and down throughout the water column here. For some reason, it's not doing a whole lot of moving. So I think my screen is not. Something just went wrong with my microscope, obviously. Not liking that at all. I don't want to break the slide. Might have to send my microscope for some adjustments. That's not good at all. Oh. That was oil immersion. I'm sorry. Turned it the wrong way. Okay, we're zooming in here now. So we can see a little bit more under here. Okay, let's see if we can find that nematode. She may have taken off. Usually they don't get too far. So you can start to see some smaller things now that we've zoomed in. Let me quickly flip out. We'll find that nematode. We'll put her back under the scope. She's a smaller one. I've seen bigger. You just kind of have to put it right towards close to the center, because then when these zoom in a little further on my other microscope, the white ring on the ocular is the 100. I don't know what she's got there out in front of her, but she's got something she's pushing around. And I'll just zoom completely up and down through the depth of this slide, so we can see, or it looks like fungal hyphae up there. I think it looks like it has some septa. That would be one that I would be measuring for our fungal to bacteria ratio. However, we are not doing that at this time. This is a brew that I am brewing from an extract from the vermicompost. Okay, so you happily got to see that. Now let's really zoom in on her and see what that is on the end of her there that is stuck. And she's moving up and down, so it's very hard to really capture. That is the oddest contraption on the end of her that I've ever seen. I will, oopsie. I'm just moving too far, too fast. I'm going to get a video real quick here, and then I can have the soil food web crew analyze this to see if this is something stuck on there, or if there is a special bacterial feeding nematode. They said that these girls have extremely, I'm going to try to zoom now on this here. I believe this is a ciliate here. You see it zooming around in that clump. That's a ciliate. That's one of our protozoans there, working the soil to make the aggregates. They kind of move them around. But I just really want to see, so in these nematodes, there's supposedly some extremely, what they call, fancy lips. I have never seen whatever this is that's out front of this nematode. It doesn't seem to be attached, but apparently it is attached because it's moving. You know what? I'll bet you anything this is. This nematode has got a hold of a flagellate by the tail. So I'm going to try to get that tail in focus. But I'm just not seeing it. It's a thread-like there, and it looks like a flagellate. It's possibly just a flagellate cyst, though. It looks like she's got a hold of it by the tail, trying to eat it, because by the size of this nematode's mouth, it's a bacterial feeding omnivore. So they have huge mouths, and it looks like she's trying to get a hold of that thing and swallow it. I think she's going to find out that she's not going to fit it in. So that's super cool and super funny, but I think I figured it out. So let me get the annotation going again, and I will try and show you a couple other things, and maybe you're not seeing, but obviously you see this ball right here. Oops, the annotate did not end up working. Now it's stuck again, not coming down here. Computers froze. Please, please forgive me. I wish I could get a new computer that's faster, or I need to take this into the Geek Squad. There, annotation just pops up. Now, should be able to draw for you. So here she is dragging around this nematode, this round ball at the front of her. Actually, it's moving from side to side because, well, if you had a ball on the end of a string, it wouldn't necessarily stay directly out in front of you either. But I'm 100% sure that's what's happening. Now, this, let me try to focus in on the testate amoebae. is the next thing we're going to focus on here. Okay, this here. See this guy? Okay, well, she has an opening right here. That's your testate amoebae. So the amoebes are also part of the protozoans. So this here is another testate amoebae. This here looks like an amoebae cyst. It's either an amoebae cyst or a flagellate cyst. Okay, so we would have to zoom in and out of and look for it. It looks like it has a double wall outer shell. So I think here, this dude here, let's zoom in on whatever this is. Acts like it's becoming active. Oh yeah. Okay, so this girl right here. Okay, so that's probably, you see how, I don't think you can really see it, but it is really pushing the water here and making a good flow with that water. And so it's bringing bacteria into its mouth with its ciliate and feeding on that bacteria, which is what I wanted to do with this tea. This tea, my goal was to increase my protozoan. So it's what I call a protozoan infusion. So I didn't think that I just moved this anywhere, but I obviously did. So extremely touchy. Okay. Just trying to point out a few things that's in this biology. I'm not sure, but like, I'm not sure if you can see this vortex going in a circle right here like this. Okay, that's being created by, normally that's a flagellate that does that. So I don't know if there's somebody under here, but the way that its movement's going, ciliates usually use its cilia to move, and this one's not moving, so it's telling me like I say, a flagellate, but flagellates usually I don't think are that big. They can be as big as amoebae, but still in the beginning stages of identifying all this stuff. I know what they do. The different species, there are so many of them. Being able to identify each and every single one is tough. That I think might take an advanced class. At our level, they don't really worry about the species. It's protozoan, and that's what we need to know. It's an indicator of a low oxygen environment there, if she's a ciliate. And she's really got this water rolling around her here. So it could be a stalk ciliate. I think there's different shapes and sizes of those. That may be her. Hold on. Okay, so we've seen let me get out. Okay, I got the pencil. So this here circular thing, I believe you can kind of see some organelle in there. Okay, so it looks like it has a single outer wall. This shell on the outer wall looks single. So that's be a flagellate cyst. We are not quite to the 24-hour mark. So these cysts are dormant at the moment. And so my job is to wake them up. And that's why I've got this brew started. And this tea, we are enticing them to wake up and come alive because we've given them that moisture. And so hopefully when the 24-hour mark hits, this cyst that's in its dormant inactive stage will wake up and start flying around, multiplying and chewing up all of the, I'm trying to see, this here could also be that looks like a double wall there. So that might be an amoeba cyst. So we can erase that, but you can see it's just loaded with activity here. And all our goal is to say, okay, flagellate, amoebae, those are our indicators. We got them here. Let's wake them up. Let's get them doing a job for us. And this little nematode here, he's working as hard as he can to grab that baby as soon as she wakes up. So these, okay, so I'm not sure if you can see really good, but this is a really, really good neon flag for me right here. I'm going to get my drawing tool out. Okay. Right here. Right here. These are like shining out, sticking out, sore thumbs all over the place. Okay. We are getting close to that 12-hour mark, and all these flagellate cysts, which were dormant because it was very dry conditions there in the vermi bin. That looks a little bigger. It could be an amoeba cyst. I mean, but these are shiners here, I'm saying. So I'm circling. Now, obviously, look at this girl here. Huge testate amoeba. She's here, but I'm not talking about her. I'm going to look around and see if I can find any flagellates bumbling. Okay, right here, maybe one. You see how it's bumbling in and out? See, they take off so fast. It's hard to follow them and then focus on them and save. Without a doubt, and I'm not going to chase him down right now. So all we can do is the best we can in the brief moment that we see them. And obviously one thing that we look for when we're looking at the flagellate is the bumbling motion. When we're looking at ciliates, they're race cars. They're zooming so fast, you miss them. And you say, well, anything moving that fast, ciliate. Okay. We should be okay. I mean, if you want to see her right here. Sorry. Okay, here. Did you catch that one there? Also another testate maybe. I think. I mean, we can definitely say there's possibility there's more flagellate cysts in here. Okay, I want to come up to the surface all the way and then go all the way to the bottom. And then usually at the surface is when we can see a lot of the biology up top floating, and we can focus on them. But I'm trying with this brew not to proliferate them too much. I don't want them to pull the oxygen out of this tea. Okay, so I just seen okay, so we're getting into where we can start to see some of the biology zipping around, but I'm not going to be able to really show you. Like right there was one that, okay, you could see one zooming right there. Not really super crazy in focus. The other thing is when you want to really get a really good detailed picture on what it is you're looking at, we really need to dilute these samples a lot more so that the microscope can get a real good focus on. The camera is the problem. Microscope will focus all day long. If I look in the microscope, I see a totally different picture than what I see with the camera right now. Camera is trying to get focused with lighting. Okay, see this guy here. He's bumbling around through the center. That's going to be a flagellate going. That looks like another one there. Somebody just came in the side view over here and went back out. And I got to keep this moving so that my computer doesn't freeze on me. Okay, there's something shooting through right here if you want to keep your eye on it. Looks like there's something coming up from below. Anyway, these are all the indicators we look at in the biology. Here's one coming off to the darn side. See if you can get a look at him as he just went down and out of there. Yeah, so I can get a much better picture with my looking through my microscope, but then you don't get to see as well what's going on. You see this guy here, he's up and he's down. I could focus on him, but I don't want to chase them. I'm just wanting to kind of still steady here and watch them as they come and go. And I can, in the future, for you guys, do a more dilute sample so that you'll have a better view of individual species. Okay. There's kind of the center of this water column. And no, there's things zooming past below that are out of focus. There's things above us that are out of focus. We're just focusing on a very fine sliver within that microscope. And there's a nice little flagellate up here doing something. Well, he was. Okay, well, I don't want this video to get crazy long, which they always do, because I love pointing out all kinds of activity in here. I mean, look, here's flagellate cyst, flagellate cyst, flagellate cyst. And they're going to be waking up, and hopefully by 12-hour mark, we're going to check this again, and you will see those things awake, and it's just going to be bumbling all over in there going on. Stay tuned. We'll get an update and try to get it loaded for you. So, okay. Have fun in your microbial journeys, everyone. I've got the worst computer. It's not even letting me shut off now. I'm going to stop the share. That will get me to the original screen. Bye-bye for now.